Welcome to Wednesdays with Wayne. Interesting video this week. I'm up on the roof, finishing up my chores, blowing out the gutters, trying to get the garden ready for wintertime. All around me, the neighbors are blowing leaves and trying to get ready for what appears to be a possible snow schedule for this weekend. So I want to share a few of the last of the beautiful fall foliage kind of surrounding my home and give you a final peek of fall. Let's start with this glorious fall foliage and brilliant red of the Coosa dogwood. In the background, you see some giant arbs. Those evergreens start to pop out as these foliage colors change. Here's some yellow persistent foliage from my tricolor beech. And then, of course, the array of oak trees from yellow to red to still some green foliages, again, very persistent. When I look at the front bed in my yard here, that's a beech tree. That's my Rowanna beech. It will have very persistent foliage, and again, very purposefully planted there so that it does screen out the views of the road and the houses across the street. The woodland is really showing off here with that sweet gum in the foreground with bright yellow foliage. In the background, we're seeing quite a few oaks again. There is a crabapple, which is kind of hard to see the fruit, but that will provide persistent fruit as well as food for the wildlife as the season progresses. Trying to stay on the roof and being careful not to fall off. We're going to wrap around the lake here, look down upon my hosta bed, which is now ready to clip down all those carbohydrates I've returned to the root zone. You can see some bright green plants in there, which are the pulmonaria, still kind of showing off for the season. But all the hostas will be cut down. And looking out towards the lake, we've got the bald cypress and the dawn redwood with their russet fall colors. Looking down upon this fall bed, a little bit of bloom left in the vitex, some cool foliages, and of course the evergreen. They're showing off a little bit. It's going to be very showy here for the winter time. A final panoramic view from the roof, looking down upon my annual border, which we featured last week. And in the background there, we've got Persian paradia, we have a Japanese maple, that bright yellow is the ginkgo, and way in the background there are birch and serviceberry and bald cypress, and again, some borrow view of the neighbors' oaks and hickories. In the foreground here, some of the ornamental grasses left up again for winter interest. And a final look down the lake and the surrounding views of all the beauty from the fall foliages. And it has been a gorgeous fall, with the exception of the dryness. But everything else, actually the colors were really nice. A little bit shorter lived because of that dryness. But what a beautiful view, beautiful fall. Winter is not far behind. So I want to thank you for joining Wednesdays with Wayne, sponsored by Niemeyer's Landscape Supply. And remember, beautiful landscapes start here.